Hi. So I'm just sitting here relaxing and yeah, got my baby onesie on, relaxing, drinking some tea. That's it. Just a little depressed. I'll be alright though. Yeah. I don't know. Just tired, I guess. But I'm thinking about making my rocking chair into like a rocking horse. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but maybe I can just take the middle legs out and then just rock back and forth in it. Like it's a rocking horse type of deal. I don't know. Would be interesting. I could try it. I don't know. But anyway, whoever replies, whatever. But just relaxing, and I guess I just choose this lifestyle because it's fun for me, and I enjoy being an adult baby, and it makes me feel better about myself, and I love myself, and even my mommy accepted me, and my mom didn't like the dummy slash pacifiers on my mouth. She thought that was a little like inappropriate and disgusting. Other than that, she thought my dresses were cute. The diaper thing, it was a personal choice as an adult. So yeah, and I got this shirt from my friend Julia, and she's also a friend, and she got this for me from Amazon. And I love Winnie the Pooh, and I love Teletubbies. So yeah, but, but yeah, I don't know, just a little bored, just a little sad, just a little. That's how I feel. So don't mind me. I'm just out of it again, but I'm just tired. I don't know. I'm having just an awkward day. I'm feeling really awkward and lazy. Lazy me, oh my. Yeah, basically. I don't know. Just play with my toys, relax, stick to my baby schedule. Trying to. Mm, mm-hmm. I kind of want to go to bed. This is my mommy. She's a froggy. And this is the Hello Kitty that I gave her that she slept with by her bed. And this is her little neck pillow. So it's just like my mama. Ooh, it's a potty. No, it's not. It's a neck pillow thingy majiggy. Right, mama? And then this pillow I got my mommy too, and she used to sleep with it and rest her head on it. So that's what I'm gonna do is rest my head on my pillow. Yeah, I'm tired. My, I have a headache. All I want to say is this: I love being an adult baby. I love the lifestyle. I love it's an 18 plus community, and I just love being an adult baby. And this community is fun and beautiful and loving and supportive. And I like the fact that I can just mentally check out and yeah, I can like just be me, be a baby, have fun, enjoy my life. I love all these websites you can get baby clothes from, which is like littlekinkboutique.com is one. Lunchbox, not lunch, launch. Lunchbox.com, ABU University, or just ABU. Diaperminister.com is another one. Onesies Down Under is another company. Littleforbig.com. There's a lot of adult baby um places to go and do stuff. It's kind of cool. So yeah, there's a lot. I did invite people, but my aunt tries to talk. Well, hi mom, hi cousin Clarissa, hi daddy, hi Amy, hi Anthony, hi friends, hi family, hi foe, hi anyone in between. How are you doing? Mm-hmm. Anthony's, hey! I sent you an invite if you wanted to like go live with me and be part of my video. Nothing. I just sent you a live in your text message. You can click on it and then you can be in a video with me. Lots of fun. And we can have a conversation if you want. No, silly. Well, yeah, you're here technically. I meant like in a video. Like if you click, I sent you a link in the text message. If you click on it, then you can go live with me if you wanted to. But I'm just basically talking about my inner child and being a baby girl and just loving my community and loving toys and playing and just accepting um my life. Okay. Yeah, I sent you a text message, Anthony. So when you click it, um in the messages when we text back and forth, you click it, I send you an invite and you could be on the video with me. But I don't know, I just love being an adult baby. It's fun. And you go shopping online, you're way more computer swazzy than me. You're way smarter than me online. I only know about YouTube. If I could shop online, I would be a broke ass little girl, let me tell you. That's why I give people money and give them money to order stuff on Amazon or littlekinkboutique.com or Diaper Minister because if I had access and it was all on my phone and all I have to do was just click go in cart and all my information was like legit, I would be a broke baby girl, which is bad. So that's why I don't shop online because I'd be one broke little girl. Oh my god, I would be. Yeah, I sent you a request. I don't know. You gotta just click it, and I'll send you another one. See if you get it. Let's see. There. If you just click it, I sent you it again. You click that in a text message, and then you can video chat with me and be on the camera. Oh, that's odd because you're a guest. That's weird. I don't know. It's like a link. I don't know why it doesn't work, but I try. Thought I did it right. Hmm, I don't know. I miss my mommy. I'm really depressed and just sad, but even my mommy accepted my life, which is really cool. So check out my fabulous sippy cup. Well, it's more adultish, but I got my onesie on with baby animals and everything from the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. I don't know. Oh, and I got a pink cow. I like pink cows. Yeah, I sent you the thing. It should let you go do it. See? You just twist it and twist it and turn it and turn it. I like pink cows. Dollar Tree. This will annoy anybody in the car ride. I got car keys too. Ta-da! I got car keys. Only there's no car. Well, I sent you the thing in a text message, but it's okay. I guess either it doesn't work or I thought I did it right, but maybe I didn't. But so I don't know. I was playing with my dollhouse earlier, and oh, haha, Anthony, I clicked the ad. What happened? Hey, Anthony! Yay! She's on my channel. She figured it out. Huh?
Allowed me to join.
Oh,
I I've never done this before.
it's kind of like WhatsApp, only it's live, and you're basically on my video with me. Only you're in the privacy of your own home, but we can still talk.
Okay, but you need to let your viewers know that I have no filter.
Just be appropriate. But
Appropriate. I don't know what that means. That's like normal. Like what is normal?
oh, be a teacher. Be 18 plus appropriate.
Oh
um,
boy. So
no,
you're talking about nurturing your inner child?
yeah, I was just talking about it, just in general. Like, I'm in my onesie. I'm not wearing a diaper or nothing, but I did wear one yesterday, and I bought Walmart ones. They're like a medical brand to try them out, and I did about two wets in it, and then I was like, "Is it gonna leak? I don't know because I don't have rubber sheets on my bed." And I was like, "Well, I'm trying it out." It does about two capacities, so, but I rather order adult baby nappies because they can hold the adult capacity. I guess it makes you feel more like a child.
I don't I don't know anything about that stuff. I am
Pour
um cold, damp, rainy days. And I don't know, but like I just
mm,
like that we didn't have
mm.
She would make the Campbell's chicken soup,
Yeah.
and she would give us bread and butter on the side. And I always like, "Why, Mom, why do you always give us bread and butter with the chicken noodle soup?" And she said, "Because the bread and butter cleanses the palate, like the bread cleanses the palate, so when you take the soup, you really taste the soup." And I was reminded of that yesterday, and I was like, kind of like thinking to myself, I'm actually doing stuff sometimes to nurture my
Mhm.
inner child, whether it's because I feel lonely or because I'm cold, you know what I mean? Like just little things that like kind of like I do for myself to make myself feel better really come from my mom, and those are really happy memories. Those are good things.
Yeah, I was just thinking about stuff like that, like watching a little movie. I was watching Toy Story. What was it? Yesterday, I couldn't sleep. I watched one and two, and I just enjoyed myself. And I don't know. I just like you said, certain things you choose as an adult, you can like. I had a conversation with somebody about that. They're like, "Oh, but it's embarrassing," or "Oh, I find it stupid." It's like, no, you're not hurting no one. You're just loving yourself and being the mother, daughter, parent, whatever, and just nurturing yourself. Whether you have a caregiver or you don't, you're still being the caregiver, like
Well,
cooking for
I think a lot of us who have grown up in very dysfunctional families um didn't have the proper role modeling, and we didn't get the nurturing that we needed.
yourself.
And I'm not saying anything bad about the parents that raised us, because our parents were also wounded and they had their own stuff that wasn't healed. So I forgive the parents have to be forgiven. But at some point, as we evolve, as human beings, we have to learn how to nurture ourselves.
You know,
And I think a lot of people get caught up in
mm,
drugs and other things, whether it's promiscuity, just overspending, whatever, to kind of not feel whatever it is they're feeling,
yeah,
instead of allowing themselves to feel whatever and then acting as they would have like they're a parent to act towards them, like if I'm hurting and I'm having a tough time, instead of pushing it down and saying, "Oh, fuck it, I don't want to think about anything," and just keep myself busy doing whatever, I
mhm,
can call a friend or go have coffee with somebody and sit down and talk about it, and get it out, and it helps. Like I wasn't allowed to talk when I was a kid when something bothered me. And so today I allow myself that, because I'm responsible for my feelings, however I'm feeling.
yeah,
And that was a big one for me in recovery. Learning that other people are not responsible for my feelings. I mean, like, oh, somebody stepped on your foot, off of it. You know what I mean? Because it hurts. Get off of my foot. Or if somebody is abusive, I'm not suggesting that that's our fault and we're responsible for our feelings. No, I'm talking about just sometimes people might say things or do things and we take it very personally. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with us. It just
yeah,
doesn't. Or we might have a bad day at work, or something might have triggered us, from the environment, that brings up stuff. So I think it's essential to self care to, stop and feel whatever it is. Ask yourself, what you're feeling. Not just say, "Well, this pissed me off, this happened today and blah blah." Like, what am I feeling? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to make myself feel better? You know, whether the feeling is being rejected, feeling unloved, feeling lonely, whatever. It's up to us to take responsibility, because otherwise we find ourselves in very, very strange places. Have you ever heard of that term, strange bedfellows?
No.
A lot of people end up, looking for love in the wrong, and it's true, it has to begin with us. In order
Mm.
to have healthy relationships, we have to have a healthy relationship with ourselves first.
Oh, I agree with that.
And and for, I think, a lot of people, that's like saying, "Well, love myself." Like, where the hell do I begin? I think I've said this to you before. It's like
Yeah.
giving a 3-year-old the keys to the car and saying, here's the car, here's the keys, go drive it. You're responsible for it now." And the 3-year-old can't reach the gas pedal or see over the steering wheel.
You mean these keys?
So it's a process. Learning to love ourselves is a process, and we have to be patient with ourselves,
Yeah.
at doing it. I mean, you have a lot of tactile stuff that you seem to need in your life, whether it's the diapers or the toys or whatever. Um, I don't feel so much a need for those things. You
Mhm.
know, I've always had to be a very responsible
Yeah.
person, even as a child. You know, uh, I had to take care of my younger siblings and whatever. I mean, but I did play. I played a lot. I had a lot of friends, so I don't have a need for tactile things,
Mhm.
but I do have a need for emotional
Yeah.
support, and of course, learning to be my primary emotional supporter, you know, um, it was a big turning point for me, because I always otherwise played the victim, and nothing ever changed,
Mhm.
because we turn our power over to things outside of ourselves instead of looking within and realizing we have choices. We're responsible for ourselves, we're responsible for our own happiness, health, and well being. You know, mommy and daddy did the best they could. They're faulty human beings just like us. And now we get to decide how we want to live our lives, and also allow other people to live their lives, without judging,
Mhm.
because we're all a little broken, we're all hurting in some way. We're all a little broken, and we just act it out differently,
True.
you know, and what you're doing to take care of yourself, then that's fine, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna move from here and go into my kitchen. I want to show you what I did.
You did more painting?
I did. I have actually been in a nesting mode, because I know making my house feel homey. I don't know. So, like, I decorated my table. I got this little.
Hey,
It's like
Sharon.
I guess it's supposed to be like a mason jar.
Yeah.
Pumpkin. I don't choose to go out and buy a whole pumpkin. I think that's a waste. So I got one that says blessings. And then this is my favorite candle. Um,
I like pumpkin
it's a
candy.
bath and
It helps.
it's a Bath and Body Works candle, but like salted caramel was one of my favorite scents, and they did away with it this season.
Hmm.
And then I have this. I have this on my
Oh,
door.
nice reef. That's pretty. The reef. I like it.
And then I just found this mat. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn the light
Yeah.
on. Hold on.
Hmm. Thankful and blessed. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's right down
You
to
know
the
where?
point.
Yeah, I found that in that big store where we went together that time.
Yeah.
You know? So like little things like that are nurturing to me, you know? Like I live by myself. Like, why would I do this? I did it when my children were little because it was nice for them, or putting up a Christmas tree, or, whatever. And then, you know, those of us that tend to be negligent of ourselves and not nurturing ourselves would say, well, why would I do that? I mean, it's kind of silly. Spend that money, do this, whatever. It's just me here. No, I do. I do it for me. Even if
You
I
have
don't have
to.
any guests that will come and appreciate it, I burn my candles. The house smells nice, things look pretty. And that to me is nurturing.
That's true.
So that's what the topic seems to be about to me, anyway. And if I'm wrong, then correct me.
No, you're right. You're right on point. It's just different, I guess, like you said, different perspectives or different ways of correcting or loving and accepting your inner child. And it could be multiple different ways. It could be religion, dressing, toys, candles, anything to help you mentally. Like I bought myself I can show you it. It's the one, the rails are here. I bought it off of Amazon. I gave my friend Tracy the money, and I have one in front of me, but it's not up, and I have the other. It's like bed rails for a toddler, but I made it more like a crib. So when I'm sleeping at night, I'm on the phone with my caregiver, and I'll lift it up, and it makes me feel more secure. I mean, I'm not going to throw my
Hmm.
weight around it clearly, but I think it was a little pricey for what it's made out of. But I guess it's meant to hold a toddler. But I figured it keeps me like a boundary. Like I'm safe here. This is my space. Even I live by
Hmm.
myself too. It makes me feel
Hmm.
safer. So.
Okay. Yeah. We have new locks on our door downstairs, and I feel pretty secure here. But they also have weighted blankets now
I've been
for
wanting to
like
get one.
they have weighted blankets for people that suffer from anxiety.
Yeah,
I think they probably also have them for dogs because dogs go through separation anxiety, and not to compare, what you bought. But dogs, when they're in their kennel, because sometimes my daughter will tell dogs, get in the get in the kennel. And they would go in a kennel, and I would feel bad for them. And she would say to me,
ugh,
actually, Mom, no, they feel safer in there because they're little dogs, and when they're in this great big house, they feel like they have to protect it, right? And when they're in the little house, whatever you want to call in the kennel, they feel safer, you know?
it's a little comfort spot.
Yeah, it's kind of like doggies with a little space.
I saw one. I went to a ASPCA. One of my friends drove me there during the weekend, and it was like what, half an hour from me. And I said if I was healthier mentally, maybe when I move to a new building in the future, I might get a small Shih Tzu, a girl, if I can get a girl. And I'm like, but I had to wait till I'm not just financially I'm okay, but more mentally, because it's like having a baby. That little doggy is gonna depend on me for everything. So whether I'm
Yeah,
depressed, I want to sleep in, I can't do that to the poor doggy or the cat. So that's why I don't have
exactly.
any animals.
Yeah, that's why I haven't done it either. I mean, it's really easy to get what do you call it? Certification for service animal.
Mhm.
But I'm thinking when the winter comes, if it's bad, if it's icy, I'm older now. I don't think I really want to be out there walking around in it. And there are days, like sometimes I'll work and then the next day I'm absolutely exhausted. And yeah, I like to sleep in and I don't want to feel like I have to go out of the house. So, as much as I would love to have, a pet, for the companionship, you're right. It is also a responsibility, and it wouldn't really be
Mhm.
fair. I mean, if I had a backyard where I could just open the door and say, "Go ahead, go out and then come back in when you're done," that'd be great. Or even a dog that was we on could go in a wee wee pad.
Mhm.
That would be the ultimate. But you know, anyway, yeah. So I was out for a little while, and I got some little things for the house because like I said before, I'm in nesting mode.
Hmm.
When the weather starts to get chilly, I just get into this nesting mode where I like to make myself feel cozy at home. Well,
I
if
do
I
the
don't do
little
it for
pumpkin candles.
if I don't do it for myself, who's going to do it? You know? I mean, before I used to look outside of myself for things to fill the voids within me. I won't get into that, but we all
I can
do.
identify. Yeah.
We all do. We go through this phase in our lives where there's this need, and like I said, we look outside ourselves when we really have to do is look within.
Yeah.
And I think when you do, and you come to the realization of what it is that you actually need, you're in a healthier place to make a choice to fill that void with something that is actually life-giving and something that is not self-destructive, something that is um, kind, um, and that you're not going to regret later. Because I've done those things too. you know. So anyway, gosh.
I can show you my little dollhouse. I mean, I don't have a whole storyline yet, but I'm working on it, but it's not fully done. It's like a um bread and breakfast thing I'm kind of building. Let's see if I could do this one. Oh, yeah. See, I got my little school bus, and that's my honeybee eakers, and it's. I mean, I can't zoom in, but it's like a whole bunch of little people, and then I got this dollhouse
Mhm.
over there. So I've been just doing a lot of playing and stuff, which is helping.
May I ask you a question?
Uh-huh. Uh,
Okay. Do you think that if you, because it's kind of like reverting back, right? Being a little or whatever. I mean, that's how, I
okay.
perceive it.
Yeah.
Um, so if you spend enough time with the inner child giving it maybe what it didn't get is from your family of origin,
Yeah.
do you think that at some point you outgrow the need for some of that stuff?
Hmm. Um, my personal opinion, I think honestly it depends on the individual. I mean, I know plenty of adult babies or littles who are your age, my age, younger than me that are not 18. I think it just depends on the person and depending on how your mental health diagnosis is for myself. I've been like this before I lost my mother and it just gotten worse since she passed on. So I don't know. I don't really I hate to say this, I'm actually accepting my little self and I'm not embarrassed or upset. And like, it makes me feel better. I'm okay with that, which makes me feel really good because I used to be, like you said, looking for validation with other people or things or food or whatever. Now it's like, you know what? If I got the money, I paid my bills, I'm gonna go buy another little family for the dollhouse, or I'm gonna
Yeah,
buy a
but
little.
that wasn't my question. I mean, you absolutely should not be ashamed if you're doing something that is nurturing to yourself, that's not hurting anybody else, and you're not hurting yourself, of course.
Yeah.
However, I tend to think, I mean, at least from my own experience, that you kind of you kind of grow to a place where what you needed, at some point in your life, it changes, it evolves because you evolve. you know Now maybe that 4 or 5 year old that didn't get what it needed, gets all this good nurturing. At some point, that person, that inner part of you at that age, evolves, because it's kind of like people in recovery, right? For instance, people who are addicted to alcohol and drugs, um, according to the DSM-me, they are, what's the word? Uh, developmentally arrested,
Hmm.
meaning that majority of the people, uh, who have some kind of addiction, are stunted emotionally. Um, at whatever age they started using. So let's say somebody started drinking, or, heavy drugs or whatever at the age of 14, you'll often hear in 12-step meetings, or hear from people, hey, here I was 13 years old and I had a mortgage and a wife and 3 children. And I'm like, wait a minute, hey, that's impossible. You can't get a mortgage at 13 years old, and you can't get married at 13. And how the hell did you get somebody pregnant with 3 kids? Like, and then I realized this person saying that they were stunted, they were stuck internally, because, and for everybody that, fill in the blank after because, it's different, And so when we start to address that, and we start taking care of ourselves, again, I believe that we evolve. Like, I don't know, maybe 10 years from now, you won't feel the need to have all that tactile stuff,
Maybe.
maybe, you're addressing the needs of the child that you were between the ages of, let's say, 4 and 7, and you didn't get your needs met, so now you do that for yourself. And then eventually, because you were able to do that for yourself, you evolve and you grow, just like children grow, and they're no longer interested in what they once were, and they get older and they look to do different things. So I mean, I think it's a possibility. I don't think anybody uh gets stuck inside, although I will say that at this point in my life, there is still an inner child. I think there always will be an inner child. And I just think that there's always room to grow. There's always, room, uh, or at least we should be uh, growing in our awareness, our consciousness of ourselves, and what makes us tick, and what we need. Because
Um,
a lot of people are just kind of going through life, and going through the motions and just doing stuff. They got the 9 to 5 job, they come home from work, and they never really sit with themselves. They never address their stuff, and that's why there's so much divorce and so many relationships don't work and the kids turn out fucked up, or
Yeah.
whatever, and I mean, it I always said, I was not a big Michael Jackson fan, although I did grow up with Michael Jackson. My favorite song was Man in the Mirror. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change.
Mm.
It's really up to us to mend ourselves first and foremost. And then from there, our close relationships and, hopefully get better, because not all of them do, because not everybody chooses to grow and change and evolve and be conscious of their own crap, that's unhealed. But for the most part, we're able to pick, we're able to make healthier choices in relationships.
You were saying stuck, which I thought was funny because, having my dissociative identity diagnosis, about it. For my alters or my littles, I can also say whether I choose as me as the host or the person to choose and play with my toys and dolls, or little Emily or Emmeline comes out and fronts at the moment, or whatever comes out and they play, they're stuck, I think, like you said, in between 5 and 8. Let's just say, I don't know. And like they can go into dormant, meaning like any alter can go in dormant, and you know, something has to trigger the person, a smell, it could be a person, a song, and I've noticed sometimes in the middle of the night I'll wake up and I know it's going to answer the question, but like they'll play and I'll see toys on the floor in the living room, or I'll see pork rinds out in the container or cookies in the container on the kitchen counter with a lid on it. And I'm like, I don't remember eating that,
You
but
don't remember
sometimes,
you don't remember how it got there.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll dissociate
So
and it's like,
I guess for you,
if I had a camera in my house or video everything, I
I
would love to.
mean, I know you since you're very young.
Mhm.
See, I didn't give away your age. I know you since you're very young, and seeing the environment that you did grow up in, I
Yeah,
think that you have a very fragmented, you had a shattered self,
extremely.
you know, but even then, before all this, happened, because you kind of like had to hold it together, or you would have got the proverbial snot beaten out of you, you know.
Yeah.
So, we carry this post-traumatic stress around in our bodies and our brains, and
Mhm.
then we're walking around just shattered. We're broke. I don't want to say we're broken,
Um,
because
I think of the word.
we're fragmented. We're just fragmented. If
Oh, it's
if
like
that makes sense.
when you break a mirror. I told my psychiatrist that, she's like, "Good analogy, Emily." I'm like, "Thanks." She was like, I was like, "When you break a mirror into, let's say, 5 pieces, which piece is the mirror?" And I was like, "Well, you
They're
can't say
all
a piece. They're all. They're just now, unfortunately, without the one piece, it's not a whole mirror. You need all the broken pieces to form together as one. So each piece is technically a separate part of the mirror, but altogether it's one."
right, and
That's how alters are.
but there's different ways. I mean, there's different perceptions of looking at the mirror as it is, even with its imperfections, right?
Yeah.
There is the perception that the mirror will never be whole again. It's
Because it's
broken
broken.
beyond repair. And then there's the perception that the beauty of the mirror now is in its imperfection. And when I'm saying that, at you meaning us,
Yeah.
The beauty of us is in our imperfections, because I think, was it in Alice in Wonderland where he says, that Mad Hatter says, I'm mad, I'm incredibly mad. And, he means insane, right?
Yeah.
And she says, Alice says to him, but all my favorite people are. And the best people I know
Or mad.
are a little,
A little
no,
wonky.
they've been through stuff, and they've been, shattered. They've just they've been through a lot of stuff, and they've gone inside and done the inner work
Mm,
and have forged through it. And it's not easy. It's not for pansies, that's for sure. But those are the people who become the light workers, the light bearers. They're the people that are able to help other people heal. It's easy to go to well, not necessarily easy. It's expensive and takes time to go to college and get a degree, and sit across a desk, right? And give somebody else advice or ask questions about whatever and say, well, I studied this. Well, how can you really help me unless you've actually been in my shoes?
mm,
So it's like the best person to help a person who doesn't want to do drugs anymore is somebody who's done drugs and overcome it. The best person to help us overcome the trauma are people who have been through trauma. And, it's not always that person across the desk that we see on a weekly basis with the, certifications on the wall and the title, next to their name. So because of the things that we've been through and the path that we walked, we still play a role in healing not only ourselves, but the people around us, our relationships. I see that happening a lot with my daughter and my son and I. It's like you become, when you decide that you're going to heal, it's hard work, because that means you got to sit with a lot of pain and a
mm,
lot of anger, because you weren't allowed to feel those things in the past. And then when you do, you start to gain a new perspective about things. You start reframing the past, and you're able to, see yourself for the beautiful person that you are. And then you're able to look at others and also realize that they are imperfect, but they're perfectly imperfect. And you're going to have the times in those relationships when you have a falling out, you have a disagreement, somebody's got some false fucking perception about whatever about you, whose fault is that? Are they willing to do the work? you know um are they willing to look within? It's, and not everybody is willing to do that, because it's easier to point the finger at somebody else and say they need to change. I don't like this, so it needs to change, you
mm,
know and sometimes what we have to learn to do is say, I don't like that about that person, but what can I do to take care of myself in the meantime? And again, I'm not talking about abuse and stuff like that.
yeah.
But what can I do to take care of myself and accept the other person as they are without demanding that they change now? Because remember, we're all in this great big school of life and learning, and you can't force anybody to learn whatever their lesson is at that, moment. And the only thing you can do is take care of yourself. And sometimes that means you may have to put distance between yourself and the other person until they're willing to look within
Mm.
and say, what is my part in this? It's easy to say, well, I'm in this relationship with this person and they this and they that and they that. Do, 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 do. Well, if you're not happy, why are you staying in that relationship? What are you getting from it? And does the good outweigh the bad? And if it
Now, a lot of people
doesn't,
do that.
you've got to kind of go back and you got to do some history work, with yourself and say, sometimes we're playing out roles from our childhood in our current relationships. It took me so much suffering, so much pain to learn the things that I know today. And I remember a time, many years ago when I said to my therapist, because I had her cell number and I used to text, and I'd say, I can't stop crying. When is this going to stop? Because I finally bottomed out with where I was. And believe me, she was not going to let me slide and
Mm.
BS her in that room. So she'd call me on my stuff. And I had to take accountability and look at myself. And I used to get really pissed off and I'd want to punch her in the face.
Mm.
But then I drive a little bit, toward home and I start to feel the pain come up and I'd start crying. And I'm like, this woman's literally helping me save my own life. And then when I text her and asked her, like, when is this pain going to stop? I just feel like it's never going to stop because there was so much stuff pushed down, so much trauma, layer on top of layer on top of layer. And then as as the layers start opening up, the pain starts coming up, and then you start remembering things that you had repressed.
Mm.
And she said to
Well,
me, I can't tell you when. I can only tell you that when it stops, you never have to feel this way again.
when you were saying how it builds up, having dissociative identity, I can feel some of my alters crying, or my littles like Emily or Emmeline or Rose or Cassie, depending on the subject. Like when I'm with my therapist, sometimes we'll talk about my mother and how I'm still in that, oh, she's gonna come get me or this or that. And I feel sometimes Emily or Emmeline's pain, and I'm like, they want to cry. Or if well, not me, if Cassie's aggravated, I feel the anger and I'm like, why is she? What's going on? But it's like I don't feel the pain from my own self, but I feel their pain. I don't know if I'm making sense,
So
but like,
it's a dissociative
yeah.
pain. Yeah,
Or
because
I check out
because
mentally, like I'm not
because
here sometimes.
maybe because
Ugh,
you know
it's both
in
you.
the beginning of your recovery, you're not ready to take that all on. you
DJ
know
says hi in the chat. Someone said hello to you and me. So hi.
um, it's a lot of stuff to deal with. And so again, going back to fragmented
Mm.
self, it's easier to let those different parts of you kind of say, here, you carry that burden of that, because I can't handle it. That's what I think anyway.
Well, that's what it is, having dissociative identity. Your alters, like for example, I don't want to bring this up really. Well, I'm gonna say is you know the person, but I remember them hitting us, and I yelled and said, "I'm sorry, I'm not your daughter, and you don't love me or care about me. Maybe if I was like your daughter," well, his biological daughter, technically, not me, but his biological daughter, "maybe you would love me and care for me, and I'm sorry I'm a disappointment," you know? So,
Hmm.
someone asked, oh, that's my aunt Denise, if anyone wants to know. So, sorry,
Well,
someone asked,
I went
"Who's the
through I
nice
went
lady
through
talking?"
I went through something similar. I grew up with a stepfather. Um, and it seemed like I was treated very differently than his biological children. And a lot of, young people whose parents divorced and remarried, that whole thing just sucks, right? It's painful enough your parents aren't together. And then, if you're living with one parent, it seems like forever, before you get to see the other parent again. It's just so hard. But when another person enters the picture in mommy or daddy's life, I don't know. Can another person really love you as their own? I mean, I've heard stories about it, but myself, I didn't experience that. It
Same
seemed
here.
like, he was almost resentful of the fact that my mother had a life before him. He wasn't the only man my mother ever had a relationship with. And, I got the brunt of the crap. Like his kids could do something, and it was like, all right, well, what are you going to do? But if I did it, forget about it. It was a heinous crime. So,
Hi, everyone in the chat. No,
yeah.
I get it, but yeah, he did the same thing to me. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
family dynamics can really screw us up and make us, feel like less than, and that your situation, my situation, and what happens, as we get older and we go out in the world is we have very low self-esteem, and then going back to what we are talking about before, we start looking to fill the void, fill the hole in our soul, with somebody or something else, whether it's a drug or a drink or whatever, because we don't want to feel all that stuff,
or
you
toys
know,
and dolls. I get it.
or whatever it is, But that again, see, you're the one who brought up the toys and the dolls. That's why I'm
Thank you,
saying
sweetheart.
when you begin to heal, when you finally start healing, there is no more compulsion
Hmm.
to do that, like people look at, I mean, I know from experience, people look at people that do drugs and right away they judge him. Oh, he's druggy, he's a drug addict, she's a meth head, she's this or that. Don't judge those people. If they're not hurting you or bothering you or whatever, pray for them. They're in a lot of pain. They're suffering. There's a reason why they want to self-medicate.
Hmm. Never
They're
thought about that.
hurting, and hopefully they find recovery, hopefully they find one kind person who will be the light for them so they can find recovery for themselves and start to heal. And when they start to heal, what happens is they no longer have this compulsion for destructiveness, They don't want to hurt themselves because they're able to process their feelings in an environment with people that are supportive, whether it's in 12-step program or in therapy, group therapy, whatever, and once they find that support, they're able to you start to grow and you're able to start giving that to yourself, and when you've been sober long enough, or not stoned anymore, for you get some time under your belt, you just think to yourself, what the hell was I doing? What was I thinking? Like, I can't even imagine myself doing that now.
Yeah,
Or being promiscuous and going out and sleeping with people just to get out of yourself, you
yeah,
know and then you realize, that's not what you really want. What you
no,
really want is to be whole inside, to be healed and to be whole, and to have that healthy, loving relationship with somebody. But we can't have that with somebody else until we have it with ourselves first.
no, no, you're right.
Do you have heat?
E- yeah,
Yeah,
why?
I am fucking freezing.
Well, I got blankies and pajamas. I'm actually a little overheated, so I still got the air conditioner in the window.
I do too, but it was like 53 degrees today, and it's going to go down into the 40s tonight, so it's getting pretty,
Chilly.
and I think by law, October 1st, if it goes below 55 degrees, the landlord has to maintain a temperature of 62 degrees in the apartment.
Well, I got my quilt, so I'm good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to go down and clean the club.
Oh, fun.
And yeah, that's why I have no sleeves on, because when I go down there, when I'm cleaning, I get a little sweaty. So I had a sweater on before, and my fleece jacket, because I ran out to get some things from outside. But when I got back, I was like, I got to change, got to go down there, I got to take care of that. I've been going back and forth with my daughter.
Ugh.
Um,
Um,
yeah,
seasons are
the
changing.
seasons are changing, but it's like, for a while it was like weird, because it
That's
was
my Anthony's, if everybody
it
wants
was
to
like
know.
70 degrees, and it was like, yes, it's fall. Finally autumn has arrived. The leaves are falling on the tree, and then boom, we get hit with 80 something degree weather, and it's humid, and I've got my air conditioner on. I'm like, give me a break.
If it's
It seems
muggy.
it seems as I get older, the shorter spring and fall get. It's kind of like they're in between the winter and the summer. And now, as I'm getting older, it seems just like summer, fall, and then winter. You know,
I remember
there.
winter when I was a little girl, the snow being up to my knees, building igloos and snow and going into sleigh rides. And now I haven't wore snow pants and galoshes in at least 10 years. So that says
I
that.
know,
That's,
and they keep saying it's climate change.
you think so? I don't know.
I don't
It's,
I don't believe that. I mean, I'm not to offend anybody else. If that's what you believe, fine. But if these people that are pushing that so hard were really, really believed in it, and really all about the good of our environment, they wouldn't be flying in their private jets back and forth, and they wouldn't be, buying beachfront property, right?
mm, but
So, yeah, I remember the other day I was on Instagram, and I was reading something. There's a music artist, Patti Smith,
yes, I wear dips. I do. You were saying?
and somebody said to her, something about her, because she's like an activist for climate and all that. And they were like, you're a hypocrite, flying on your private jet. And she's like, no, we didn't. They actually took the train when they were in Europe, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. Just a lot. I think there's a lot of nefarious stuff going on right now in our world in general. Like, I think that what Hamas was did was just really awful. But Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people any more than ISIS represented the Iraqi people. So, in my mind, two wrongs don't make a right.
Hmm.
Yes, it was wrong. It's terrible. It was horrible, the atrocity of what Hamas did. But now, people are being told to evacuate the Gaza Strip, and as they're evacuating, Israel's sending over, bombs and killing innocent civilians. So, you know, two wrongs don't make a right.
If
It's
everyone likes this kind of content with my aunt, give it a thumbs up on the under the video, and maybe she'll do another one with me. If this gets a lot of thumbs up, it helps me out. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I think that's another good reason why the inner child, we need to check in to get away from the big adult world.
Yeah, because I mean, stop and think about it. I was listening to this man the other day, and he said that he grew up he grew up in I forget what country he was from. But he was raised as a Muslim, and I forget what sect of Muslim he was, but he was raised to hate Jews. He hated Jews with a passion. He hated Jews. He thought they should all be dead. And he lived, and grew up and moved out of his parents' home and started becoming his own person and traveling and meeting different people. But the Muslims also believe in Jesus Christ.
Um,
And
uh,
he started to learn things about Christ, and Jesus was raised as a Jew.
a lot of
And
people want you on here again. They like you. I don't know if you could see it, but I guess on my end I could see. I don't know if you could see people typing, but yeah, people like
I'm
your energy.
even with my glasses on, I'm kind of blind as a bat, but um so this man accepted Christ into his life, and all that hate went away. You why are these people like that? It's easy for us to hate them, right? Oh, look at these people well, if you were raised on hatred, you would probably be doing some pretty foul fucked up shit too, um but again, what Hamas did, but what Israel is doing to the Palestinian people is wrong. If their beef is with Hamas, not the Palestinian people. So it's just really, it's heartbreaking, it's sad, it's frustrating because nobody wants to sit at the table and talk. Everybody wants to pick a side. I stand with Israel, free Palestine. It's like, it goes
Yeah,
back to this again, pointing your finger and blaming. You have to be able to come to the table and say, this is my part in what's happening. And the other person being able to say, this is my part in what's happening. Because right now I'm having a little tete-a-tete with my daughter.
mm,
And my daughter seems to think that I play the martyr, and that uh, um, I did this and I said that and it hurt her and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of things were said and done on her part as well. And when I brought it up, the wall went back up. Okay. So, but I did say to her, I'm more than willing to look at my part in what unfolded between us, but it has to go both ways,
there's
you
always two
know,
sides to every story. Yeah.
because to me, otherwise, then I am a fucking martyr. And I am looking to stay stuck in a situation that is not going to be good for me. It has to be right for both of us. You know, there were things said that hurt me. There were something happened, when I went to a funeral and she was there, that was just so disrespectful and hurtful. Um, I don't know. I'm getting older, and to me, I have more years behind me than in front of me. And I think you gain a little wisdom when that happens, right? And if you don't, you're in trouble. But you know, who the hell has the time to be angry and resentful and bitter and unforgiving? I pity people that are like that. I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be like that. I hate when I'm angry.
Mm.
I hate when I can't let go of something, and then I got to go back in and ask myself, why can't I let this go? Why won't I let this go? The
Somebody agrees
ego,
with you in the chat. They're like, indeed. Yes, they agree with you.
the pride, the ego over, it's like, I don't need to be right. I need to be fucking happy. I
Mm.
want to live my life peacefully. I want to try to get along as best with people as I can. We're not going to see agree all the time. We're not going to see things the same way.
Mm.
But the thing is to try to understand each person's perspective. And instead of making somebody else wrong, simply because they don't see things the same, there's just too much division. You got to find a common ground.
Some people, I guess, can't. I don't know.
I don't think that they can't. I think every human being is capable
They
of
won't.
change. I think they just don't want to because they're afraid, there's fear there, that they're going to lose something, or that they're going to be wrong about something and then have to look at all the shitty things that they did before they had this epiphany or the spiritual awakening, or
Mm.
they've come to realize that, maybe that wasn't a good way of looking at it. Maybe that
Somebody had a question for you. They said, "What is your thoughts about the ABDL lifestyle?"
um I don't really know all that much about it. I mean, to me, this whole like letter thing and having to put titles on shit is just off the fucking Richter scale. It's like, listen, what you do in the privacy of your home, what do you do in the privacy of your bedroom as an adult, is between you and yourself and whatever consenting adult, you know, but try to, you know, I don't know, I don't feel a need to broadcast shit. What I do is my business. You know, I don't get it. I just I don't get
Well,
it.
I guess the answer, she is very accepting of me as her niece, so she gets it. She doesn't, when I visit her, she doesn't make me feel inadequate or why you dress like that. You should dress more adultish. She never says that. So I guess if people want to ask questions, she's accepting and loving of me, and she knows about my lifestyle. Like she said, that's your business, TMI or whatever. But as long as you're not hurting yourself or others, if that makes you happy, go ahead, Emily, do it. You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Because again, we're all evolving. We all have stuff that we carry around, and we have to do whatever we need to do to take care of ourselves. And as
Yeah.
long as we're not hurting anybody else, that's our business, you know. But well, let's take it a step further.
Mhm.
This whole LGBT thing, they keep adding another fucking letter. It's like, why don't you just throw the whole alphabet in there? What this was about. Well, it started as having equal rights, and I agree. All humans should be treated equally, but
Yeah, so
why,
yep,
I don't feel the need to, well, I had sex last night and this is what we did. Or,
exactly.
as a heterosexual person, I don't have a month to celebrate. I don't need a month to celebrate that. It's what I am, well, no, it's not what I am. It's just part of me. It's a part of me. Uh, it's what I, identify as your generation says, right?
Mm,
But I just don't feel a need to fucking talk about it and put it on the internet and make a big to do about it and have a fucking parade. I mean, hey, I'm a different generation, and I think we need to become more centered.
yeah.
It's gone too far left. If you're a tranny, and that's your thing, you've got 5 o'clock shadow or a fucking beard for that matter, and you like to wear women's panties and clothes, that's fine. But don't go to my kid's fucking school and push it on my kid.
Agreed.
If that's your shit, man. Go do your thing. But, pushing it on other people. And what pisses me off is the hypocrisy of it is they hate Christians, you know,
Dun
who
dun.
they'll
Oh
say,
boy.
oh, Christians are fucking fascists, blah, blah, pushing their Christianity down other
Mm,
people's throat. It's like nobody should be pushing in any of their shit on anybody else. Unless somebody specifically comes to you and asks you, hey, do you think I have a problem? Or, hey, what do you think about what I'm doing? Honestly, I don't give a fuck. As long as you're happy, I love you. As long as you are not hurting yourself, as
yep.
long as you're not hurting anybody else, you know, but then let your free flag fly, whatever. But this need to indoctrinate, the need to just constantly talk about it, it's just
Too much.
go into the schools and have children reading books about sex. I think children should have the right to just be children for a little while and maintain their innocence. It's a beautiful fucking thing. I wish I could go back there sometimes.
But you can when we do age regression or as the ABDL lifestyle. You're
Not the
able to do
same. It's
that.
not the same. It's just, I'm sorry, it's not the same. It will never be the same. Yes, I grew up in the 60s when I could go outside and play and not worry about some fucking predator, like trying to grab me and put me in their car and take me away or have sex with me, lay their hands on me. I could go out, my mom would give me money and I could go on my bicycle and go to the store and come back. I didn't have to worry about shit. Even as a teenager, I mean, we had a blast when we were teens. Today, I mean, I still live in the same neighborhood I grew up in. When I grew up, there were always kids outside. There was a real sense of community.
Not
Like
anymore.
If your mom didn't catch you doing some shit, somebody else's mom would catch you doing whatever and say, "Hey, you, I see you. I'm gonna tell your mother." You know?
Yeah.
But now there's no children outside playing. Why? And a lot
Everyone's
of
on the
people
phone.
say, "Oh, everybody's on their cell phone or everybody's on their PlayStation." No, that is not the only reason why. The other reason why is because it's not safe as it used to be. I myself used to go out with my friends when I was younger, 2 o'clock in the morning and think nothing of walking, around at night. I wouldn't do that now. It's a different world. It is a
We
totally different world. Once it gets dark outside, my ass is home. That's
Yeah,
when
I
all the
agree.
demons
Me too.
that's when all the demons come out. No, I don't mess with demons.
I'm by 5 at least for like in the summertime, 5 o'clock, but in the winter I'm in the house by 4. 6 o'clock is bath time, shower, 7 to 8. I meet up a new schedule on my fridge. Me and my caregiver worked
Oh,
on it, and
you have a schedule?
yeah, I'm trying my best to stick with it. I call it like baby Emily's like little space schedule. It's like I'll have free time to play with my toys and dolls, or go for like this morning I walked for 1 hour up the mountain and back down. It felt nice. And I was like around 11 this morning. So for about an hour and 20 minutes, I went a little over, but it's a weekend, so I could do that. But on school days, when I come home, like let's say I come home around 3, I will take my shoes off, maybe make something to nosh on. Um, I usually get, like eat something, play in my dollhouse or my video games or Switch. Then 6 o'clock automatically, clothes come off, take a shower or a bath for an hour. I have 6 to 7 of either bath or shower.
May I
And
ask you a question?
huh,
Did you have that kind of structure as a child?
yeah, mom did that a lot.
Yeah.
I remember coming home from school every Friday, be pizza in school, but every Friday be pizza with mom and do homework. Well, shoes come off, hang the coat up on the hook first, and then she would usually have something waiting for me when I got home, and then it'd be homework, and then I would have like an hour to 2 hours to watch Teletubbies or Winnie the Pooh on DVD or whatever, and then I could play with my toys like I do now, and then bedtime, repeat.
May I ask you why you feel it's necessary to have a schedule like that?
I guess it makes me feel more on task or more, I don't want to say complete. Trying to come up with
Productive?
productive and resilient.
Okay. I don't
Woo,
have a
big word.
schedule. I have a schedule on the days that I work, like I have to be there at a certain time, but otherwise, I'm like living my second childhood. I I don't want to get up, unless I feel I've had enough sleep.
Mhm.
I stay up until I feel I'm tired. That's when I go to bed. And that could be whenever. I like not having a schedule. I kind of resent when I've got to go to work. It's like, you gotta be there at a certain time. And then who's going to be pissed off at you? And your self esteem depends on whether you can. No,
Well, no, I mean,
no.
I don't. I used to not. I mean, I used to fluctuate with scheduling. Now I like it, but I guess it's just my little self likes it more. Makes you feel more complete, or um, I don't know the other word I used before, but I don't know, I guess it makes you feel just better.
Resilience. Resilience.
Resilient.
That was the word that you used. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut this conversation short, my dear, because I have to go down and I have to do my work and I have some paperwork to do here.
Okay.
I got sent some bill and I do not believe that I owe the money that they're claiming, so I have to really sit and go through my credit cards and see because, when I have therapy, I call in and I pay
Yeah.
by credit card because we just do it over the phone or Zoom or
Yeah.
whatever. but they're telling me I owe something, and I'm like, well, I got to go back and check my own records. And
DJ,
and
nice talking to you.
if there's something that I have to dispute, then I'm going to dispute it, and that's it. And then I got to see what my daughter texts me, and if I want to respond to that, and that's a whole nother program.
Well, I love you and thank you again. And for you to end the chat, you just hang up. But I had a good conversation and thank you for doing this for me. And it was nice just to catch up. But maybe we could help other people out and other people have questions answered for them. So
Maybe. I hope that somebody got something out of this anyway. I love you too, and I will speak with you soon.
okay, bye. Night night.
Bye.
You there? Hello? Okay. Mute microphone. So that was fun, and I had a good conversation. And if you like more content with my aunt, hit the thumbs up button on this video, and it'll be great. Thanks, Daddy. Yeah, everyone who likes this and wants more of my aunt and me talking, hit the thumbs up button under the video. And if this gets like 12 thumbs up, I will definitely have her come on again. So, everyone, each subscriber who's on here who likes it, thumbs it up. Thank you so much. And hello, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, it was a nice conversation with my aunt. I had a really good time, and she's very loving. And oh wow, thank you. Yeah, I'm very grateful. I have 1,011 subscribers, and I'm very grateful. Well, if each subscriber that's on here thumbs this up, I'll definitely I would have 1,000 thumbs up. So yeah, if anybody wants more, I gotta go pee real quick. Does anybody want this content with my aunt? Hit the thumbs up button, please, under this video. It helps us out. Do you believe in angel numbers? Yes, I do. I have a book on it on witchcraft. You're right there. Hold on. Just getting my book. Hold on. Hmm. Aha. You were talking about angels and witchcraft or whatever? Yeah, here we go. Right here. Hold on. What kind of witch? Well, Cassie, because I have the social identity. Cassie is a ancestral witch, and she likes to practice talking to different stuff, like for example, mermaids. All right, so let's say one. Yeah, I have this. Every witch should have this. I have a lot of witchcraft books on my bookshelf and other baby books and stuff. Ugh, sucks being fat. Hold on. Oh, I love mermaids too. I love fairies too. And I love like little people, elves and trolls and domes and gnomes. So let's see. Hold on. Dum-bum-bum. Oh, hold on. Where is it? The number thing. 1 1. Yeah, 1. I guess 111. We'll look at that up right now and read it together. hmm. Hmm. One. 111. Screen shot. Pause and reset your thinking. When you see 111, think of the universe as taking a screenshot of your frame of mind right now. Everything that is going on, all your thoughts, feelings, and goals and dreams is going to be recreated. Get on a high vibe quickly so you can manifest your best life moving forward. Repeat the manifestation. I am alignment with my authentic self. That's what I'm reading right here. So right here, 1111 right here. So that's what that says in my witchy book. Um, let's see. Like, even if I get I think this goes up to 1,000. Angel numbers log part 3. Keep. Hold on. All right, here. This goes up to the number. This one. This is the last number. 9999 is the last number, which is like almost, I think, to 1,000. But this is the last of my book. So yeah. But the Angel Numbers book, How to Understand the Message to Your Spirit Guides are sending you. It's a good book. So I love you guys. Please hit the thumbs up button under this video and content, and it helps me out. And if you want more content with my aunt, hit the thumbs up button under the video. It's free, don't cost nothing, and thank you so much. And do you have any other questions for me before I go bye-bye? Because I'm tired. Excuse me. I'm tired, and I gotta call the caregiver, and I'm just really tired. But we had a good live. It was kind of nice, actually. So, any questions, my loving, supportive friends and subscribers? Oh, this is good about your age. Pick your age, and I can read you your quotation if you like. Let's do mine. 45. I'm joking. I'm not even 30 yet. I know people think I'm older, but when you lose your mother the age before 30, you will look as fucked up as I am in the face. So yeah, and my mom passed away at 59 from cancer, so pretty sick. Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. Well, if somebody is the age 27, life plan. Align your life plan with your soul plan if you're 27 years old. Your angels want you to reflect and consider deeply what is you want in life versus what you think you should do. Create alone time with yourself for yourself today without people or technology. That's a good one. Ask yourself what you want and free write about it in a journal without judgment of yourself. So I read this one, number 27. If that is your age, that is for you. So you want to get this book? That's the name of it or the title. You can get it. I love you all. Take care, be safe, and be the best baby you all can be.